Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. Essence League. We have arrived in Act 2. And it is time to head out to the next area. And yet again, we have a very brief loading screen with new art. Actually nice. So one interesting thing is that with our build we can't do any damage, but we can actually physically do the attack. It's just that the attack doesn't do any damage. So it's pointless, but you can still accidentally attack things. So it's easier to change this to a move only, so you won't accidentally attack stuff, but you'll just move past them as intended. Most of the time I always have an attack on my left mouse button because that's how I want to work, and I'm always short on hotkeys. But for this build I explicitly run around with the move only in order to prevent myself from accidentally attacking stuff without doing the damage, because that's just a waste of time. So let's see what else we encounter. Dirt Scrubblers. I don't think I've seen you here before. So in between episodes I did take the effort to craft a 20% elemental damage scepter into a +1 fire thing, using the same recipe as I displayed in an earlier episode. Because the 8% extra damage seems, well, useful. Come on, shoot it. Yes, shoot it with fire. Let's see, a strongbox over there. Well, first we need to deal with the add-ons around it. But the flame totems, they do pretty decent damage. That's something I'm surprised by, that it actually worked as well. And that's a silver coin. Cool. So once the treasure box has been looted, we can pick up the coin. Until then, it's sneakily hidden underneath. Ooh, actually managed to get it. Searing Bond, which now does even more damage. 67.7 DPS compared to a Flame Totem, which is only a 35. Searing Bond's damage really scales very well with just the gem alone. And you don't really need a lot of links to make it viable. But even that, compared to Righteous Fire, it's yeah, it's like a candle compared to a flamethrower. Slowly burning up this lump of rock. And until we get Righteous Fire, we might be slightly slower than I would like to see. It's gotta be good enough. Reckoning, Flame Totem. So, yeah, another skill point, so we round out the skill wheel over here, just giving the totems a bit more life and some resistance, which is gonna be useful. Just to give them a little bit more staying power. So, let's do it in. Get ourselves a new belt. Or at least see what's the new belt, what belts will be on offer. Burn, bears, burn. Whoosh. Ooh, frozen stuff. Or essency stuff. Essence of Greed. So what did you do? Corrupted blood. Ah, that's fun. Whispering Essence of Greed. So this does weapons. You get physical attack damage leached as life percentage. On armor you get a bit of extra maximum alive. On quivers you also get attack damage leached as life, or physical attack damage rather. Belts increase flask life recovery, and on jewelry you get 1 to 2 life regenerated per second. Oh, it seems okay. Probably once you get higher levels, this is the highest tier of this can roll, I think what they've come to call a tier 0 life roll. As in, it's better than what you can currently get from just other item drops. And that's gonna be pretty huge for the end game, since if you want life on your gear, the highest versions of the Essence of Greed is probably what you want as the basis for crafting. Which is probably what we're gonna end up with as well on this build, because of course we are gonna use a lot of life. Let's just grab this before it does more damage, and we made a nice round circle. So run the other direction. And it's so nice seeing the frame rate not drop whenever there is just this much frost on the floor. Because it used to be a real issue. And now, well, multi-threaded renderer of improved particles. Just humming along. Not a care in the world. Which I'm really happy about. Okay, this leads far enough away that it might just be where we have to go. Otherwise, someone is really pulling a good prank on us. Ooh, spiders. Wish, wish. Yeah, there it is. Then we put this one behind him, and then we'll just play a bit of a tank here. We can take it. Oh, we do need to keep our totems up. Don't have enough damage yet to kill large things in one go, but we're slowly just chipping away at it and slowly getting there. And then it's time to move on. Onwards to the crossroads. Which leads us to the bandits. And for this build, the first bandits are gonna be pretty useful, because of course oak gives life. But afterwards, I don't think the bandits are gonna really offer all that much. The extra damage and attack speed and casting speed really doesn't do much for us in Cruel. And in Merciless, the charges, I currently don't plan on using charges. I'll probably experiment a little bit with Enduring Cry, but my suspicion is that Enduring Cry is gonna steal too much aggro away from things, and I wanted the totems to tank, so we'll have to see a bit how that goes. Whispering Essence of Woe. Just setting it up to just shoot them from multiple angles. Some elemental damage, so we'll just keep our bismuth up. Those eyes are pretty cool though. The glowy purple orbs that it's almost like lightning breath or something that they cast at you. Looks pretty cool. Let's see, and for the fun of it, throw up Fireball Totem, which actually does pretty decent damage as well. It's not piercing, but it's fun to play around a little bit with different spell totems. And it's pretty decent at setting stuff on fire, it seems like. But the casting speed is so slow. Okay, let's look for the waypoint, which is going to be around here somewhere. Exactly that. And might as well just make a brief town stop, empty our pockets, grab the belt reward, and use the coins to get some prophecies from Navali. Maximum 40 life. Nice, this is a perfect roll. Oh, and apparently this was a quest that we needed to do as well. So that's also nice. So we got some fire resistance, some strength. Well, we didn't really have anything really good going beforehand, so upgrades. And of course the strength gives a life, so that's good. So let's sell stuff. Let's see, chromatic, chromatic, chromatic. And then we just sell everything else that's for crafting, anything good in here. Let's see, all chromatic. Wait, nothing. Really jumps out, so that's good. So we put the currency up here. And then we have some essences. Let's see, greed, yeah, and woe. Oh, woe is a new one. Oh no, that's the spell damage one. So we just didn't have a copy anymore. So yeah, for now that's gonna be okay. And the rest we'll just put in the sorting bin. And the valley.
A full pocket, severed, spills forth like a struck spring.
Slave foe who erupts into currency. I'm not gonna object. Oh.
Return when you can.
Thought we picked up multiple. Guess we only had one. Well, that makes it easy. Hunt for the one with lots of money. So, let's do the trials first. Ooh. Let's see, skeletons, magic monsters, and some random stragglers around it. That's some fun. I think I will want to switch into Leap Slam though, because you want to get out of situations where you can't. Ooh, let's put up some Searing Bonds just to really just burn them. Combine it. Always have the Searing Bond up. Combine it with some flamethrowers. Good stuff. Someone ran away. Someone not so heroic. And they didn't even have the decency to drop loot, the buggers. Hey. Put some totems up. Put one of these up. Let's see. Shield charge. Okay, so now that we have achieved our short-term goal, we of course have to pick other things. And I think life-wise we are doing pretty fine, but our totems can definitely use a little bit more oomph. So we're gonna work towards getting Celestial Judgment in order to boost our damage output by a bit. That seems like a reasonable short-term goal. I'm surprised that we did manage to get a bit of intelligence. That seems to be enough for now. So there's no point in really hunting down stats or anything. And as I said, we have enough survivability, it seems, so we can get away with focusing on damage rather than increasing our life even further. And of course, one of the nice things right now is that we are wearing mostly yellow gear. Now there's a couple of blues because they have specific stats which we care for. Movement speed on the boots, +1 to fire, skill gems on the scepter, things like that. But other than that, everything is just some crafter stuff. So you get a slightly better average of stat bonuses from that. Also more intelligence and things like that. Yes, that works. And that was the loot pinata. Sweet.
Like a struck spring.
Especially this early on in a new league, loot pinata prophecies are nice. Later on as well, they're still nice of course, but they'll have slightly less impact. We still have the frost bomb. Just keeping it as long as we don't need the socket for anything else. Because if we face a strong regenerator, a frost bomb will be very nice for suppressing that. The cold damage is okay, or I thought it also dealt. Oh wait, it no longer deals cold damage, of course, because we can't deal damage, so it doesn't list it here. Yeah, that makes sense. I was already thinking, like, wait, Did I remove that? I didn't see anything in the patch notes, but yeah, we can't deal damage, so we don't see any damage in the tooltip. Makes perfect sense now. Shield charge also doesn't deal damage, for example. Yeah. So with totems I find myself running into the casting range limit quite a bit. Yeah, if I cast over here, the totem appeared over there, so there is a maximum radius at which you can actually place things, and outside of that either it doesn't cast or it casts it closer by than you would expect, which sometimes is a little bit annoying. Okay, for now we'll just stand in the middle here, deal with yeah. We don't have any sort of bleeding fixing yet, but no, we got decent life. And we got a bit of regeneration. No, we don't really have a lot, but regeneration from an amulet, and I think we got some on a random piece of gear. It's enough in the early game. One of the regeneration amulets usually just helps you push through, because monster DPS isn't really that high early on. And if you do get hits, then flasks are able to cover quite a bit as well. And this is a corrupted area. Wait, what? That's early. Cool. Elemental equilibrium, bosses with increased damage, and extra items. I'm not gonna object to this, but it does throw my expectation of when you start seeing corruption a bit askew. But then again, Chamber of Sin isn't the most holiest of places, so to say. So finding corruption here shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. So right now the essences we are finding are relatively low level. The higher up we go, the higher the chance of the essences actually spawning at higher levels or at higher tiers. And some of the essences, they won't start spawning until late enough that they won't even have a tier 1 version. They'll start at like tier 3 or tier 4, which is nice. So that means you'll never get something that's really weak later on. Or you'll see it rarely enough and you can craft things up when you don't need it anymore. Let's see there. Just I see a lot of snakes. I wonder if we're gonna get the invisible snake boss as well then. That seems thematically appropriate. This is the way forward, and this seems like a boss room of sorts. Searing Sprite. So we'll just put one Spell Totem up, and one of those. And we'll just space this out a little bit. So you want to teleport around? Sure, fine. Yeah. We'll just make sure that there's going to be a lot of damage to apply to you. We have got our bismuth for a little bit of extra resist. Yes, we got him. Slay the boss of a corrupted file side area. That's an achievement completed. So this league, a lot of the achievements looked achievable. Rather than stuff you really had to push for, you'll probably be able to clear 20 or so without really trying. As long as you just progress through the game and just expose yourself to all the content, so to say. Which, personally, I do like. That quite a bunch of the achievements are just a reward for playing the game rather than for doing truly outrageous stuff that requires a huge amount of dedication. But no, getting beyond the basic achievements, so to say, will of course require the dedication. It's like with the previous season where there was an achievement for doing like 1,000 dried lake runs and things like that. No, that's if you really have the time for that, then awesome, power to you. But doing 1,000 dried lake runs in Merciless is that's more than I can stomach, put it that way. Flamethrower, and Beamy seems to be a reasonable strategy so far. So this was a link that wasn't really doing a lot. So totem placement is probably the skill to learn to refine here. Yeah, with a leaf slam we could have jumped down, but of course we can't yet. So I think in between episodes I'll go back to the to Act 1 to get myself a leap slam. Seems better that way. Okay, so maybe I should open up with the Searing Bond. Just between me and the enemies to put just a Searing Bond and then have the flamethrowers to the side. Because then you always have the line in the middle that if stuff approaches you, that you will burn them the entire way through. So you really punish them for approaching you directly. So for like this, I got reasonably good coverage of the battlefield as well this way. Yes, we go. Let's stick to this way. Let's see if we can get the dude, the lightning dude. Wait, Vile Summon. Oh, I completely glossed over the fact that we got one of my favorite skills. I mean, I really like Vile Summon skeletons. It's oh, the Army of the Damned. They're really just, it's really a fun skill to use. Too bad, oh, it's a Vile skill, so you can't keep summoning it. You always need a whole bunch of souls. And no, things like boss fights, it's often just not possible, or in the Labyrinth. Oh, so Izaro has his own special room, so there are no souls that you can capture before going in, things like that. So that's a bit of a downside, but no, most of the regular boss fights you are able to carry some souls in, and then there's a perfect panic button. And in maps that's the same as well. Just throw up a whole bunch of things to distract the enemy. And that works pretty darn fine. About 39, that's nearly maxed, so we might as well enchant one a bit later. See what we can get out of it. So what's our lightning resistance? 15%. Okay, so we need to keep a good finger on the bismuth flask here to up our resist a bit if need be. On the other hand, if we are tanking, our totems are not being shot at, so that's good. Okay, let's refresh. Works pretty darn well. Double flamethrower plus the Searing Bond. Exciting, exciting. And take that, Spark Mages. Have a chat with Helena. And then look towards the next challenge, which is going to be the trial on the same level. So that's easy. Just a matter of finding out exactly where they tucked it away this time. So oftentimes you end up having to walk a bit in this direction. So just taking a bit of a shortcut based on what I've seen in the past. Might not apply now, but okay, let's take a sip of the bismuth flask here with all these spark mages. Now, especially rooms where the sparks can bounce off walls. Yeah, they get annoying really quickly. And in maps they get lethal really quickly. You. Gotcha. Okay. Regular sparkling bones, let's just burn them ourselves. Ah, too far. Beam does break if you move away too far. Okay, you go there, you go there, you go there. Then you can set up just reasonably well, pretty good fixed firing lines. Always just remember that the beams go towards your Searing Bond and not in between your flame towers. And level. Nice. More damage. So currently we are doing 60 DPS with our Flame Totem, 82 with the Searing Bond, and we have the Vile Summoned Skeletons at the ready. Let's do the trial. Ooh, it's the Soul Blades. Okay. You. Ah, there's another one. Wish, he says. Yeah, it fits. It still fits. So, hold one for a little bit, unhold it, then we have something to sneak through here. La-di-da-di-da. La-da-da. And here they are synchronized yet again. So we hold one, we unhold it, and then we kill these guys that are so rude to just interrupt me while I'm working on this. Okay. And we walk around here, and then this is the final room. So let's unleash hell, or at least skeletons versus skeletons. And then just put our totems everywhere and just watch the entire room just tear itself to pieces. I think I had slightly more skeletons than they have. And as such, we won. And that is true. 2 trials completed. And can we pick this up? We should theoretically have the space. So let's do a little bit of inventory Tetris. Exactly fits. Ta 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 ta. Yeah, and this is for the crypt on the other side. But that's gonna be next episode. But for now, we have been going on for long enough. We have some rewards to claim. Herald of Ash, Enduring Cry, Herald of Thunder, Herald of Ice. We can't do any damage, so Enduring Cry is the only choice here, but because we are completely full, let's just sell some chromatics. Then we grab Enduring Cry and give it a shot. Oh, same here for Yina. We don't know for Helena or Silk. The Great White Beast, we defeated it. Should we get a reward for that? Oh wait, that was the belt we're currently wearing. I'm spacing out. So, that's gonna be it for this episode. Next episode, we have Kraton, we have the crypt, and then we'll move over to the other side of town and see if we can restore the way back to Act 1 and get a skill point in the process. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.